So, you're planning the sacred Amarnath Yatra. It's an incredible spiritual journey. But before you even take that first step, there's a huge decision you have to make, especially if you're taking the Baltal route. Are you going to take on that challenging mountain trek, or are you going to opt for the quick helicopter ride? Let's break down what each of those choices really means for you.
Okay, let's just dive right in, shall we? The Baltal route. It's famous for being the shorter path to the holy cave. And you'd think shorter means easier, right? I mean, that just makes sense. Well, it turns out that's a massive assumption, and the reality of this terrain might actually surprise you.
All right, so let's first talk about doing this journey on foot. For a lot of people, the physical struggle of the trek is a really important part of the pilgrimage, but it is absolutely essential to understand the kind of challenges this specific path throws at you.
So what is it that makes this short route so incredibly tough? Well, the first thing is just the terrain itself. I mean, forget a nice, gentle incline. We're talking about a path that often feels like it's going straight up. It puts a serious strain on your body with every single step, especially when you're at this kind of altitude.
Now, imagine that super steep climb and then add in the totally unpredictable mountain weather. Just a little bit of rain can make these trails unbelievably slippery and dangerous. And to make it even trickier, a lot of the path is barely wide enough for one person, which just adds another whole layer of risk.
So when you put all of that together, the steepness, the slippery paths, the altitude, it becomes really clear that this is a seriously demanding physical challenge. For anyone who's not used to high-altitude trekking or maybe has some health issues to think about, that shorter distance is it's misleading. This is anything but an easy journey. So what's the alternative to that grueling trek? Well, for pilgrims who might not be able to handle that climb, or maybe just want to save their energy for what really matters, the darshan itself, there is the helicopter service.
So what are the big advantages here? Well, for starters, you completely skip those steep, narrow, and slippery trails. That means you arrive at the top with way more energy for your prayers. And safety is a huge priority. Flights are watched really closely and they only take off in clear weather, which makes it a much faster and more reliable way to get there.
Now you're probably thinking, a helicopter ride sounds expensive, right? A luxury item. Well, get this. This is the part that blows most people's minds. A round-trip helicopter ticket is about 5,500 rupees. Now compare that to a one-way palki service where you're carried on a seat, which can cost almost double that. So yeah, the helicopter isn't just faster and safer, it can actually be the more affordable choice. Wild, isn't it?
Okay, so if you're thinking, yep, the helicopter sounds right for me, what's the next step? Well, thankfully, the booking process has been made super simple, and you can do it all yourself online.
And get this, the entire online booking process can be done in about 5 to 10 minutes. That is it. You don't need to go through any agents or middlemen. You can handle the whole thing yourself directly.
And the process is just a few simple steps. First, you head over to the official portal at helicopterbooking.org. From there, you just pick your date and your route, upload your Yatra permit and your ID, and then make the payment online. Once that's done, boom, your confirmed ticket is sent right to you. It's all very clear and straightforward. But here is a really important piece of advice you need to hear. Booking opens up in May, and you have got to be ready. Those slots for July and August, especially during the holy month of Shravan, they disappear almost instantly. So planning ahead is absolutely critical if you want to lock in your preferred dates. So, after looking at both of these options, what's the big takeaway? Ultimately, it all comes down to making an informed decision that is right for you. There isn't a single correct answer here. It's about being honest with yourself about your physical abilities and what you really want to get out of this sacred journey.
And this really is the core message, isn't it? The whole point of the yatra is to have a safe and peaceful spiritual experience. So, whether you find that through the personal challenge of the trek or through the comfort of the helicopter, what matters most is choosing the path that helps you achieve that goal.
And that kind of leaves us with a bigger question to think about. When a sacred pilgrimage, something that's so often defined by its physical hardship, meets modern convenience, how does that actually change the journey itself? It's a really fascinating thought on faith and tradition in our world today. That's all for this explainer.